But yeah, you're welcome to this segment. This is our Unpacking segment. My name is Lenny Lamute. Today we are going to the theater with George Quaye. We were told a couple of years ago, right, in a story or in a play that there's a son, I beg your pardon, there's a son who will kill his father and marry his mother. The story of the gods are not to blame. Who do we blame? Let's have the conversation with George Quaye this morning. Hi, George.
Now, let it
Jomo, boom. I didn't see that coming.
I know I took you by surprise. Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but it's
important.
important.
My gun.
We need to speak a bit more of the guy. Yesterday, I emceed an event and I opened the whole show in Ga. And you could see the confusion on the faces of the people. I said, yeah, son, what you got more? One on son, I cassie. No call about when I can work on your man. Chemaka, try no money will blow.
Yeah.
Correct.
No, definitely
That's good.
not.
That's good.
I'm happy you're joining me. You know,
I'm happy to be here. I'm
on
happy
the
to be
convo
here
this morning,
Yeah.
especially also because I'm very theater, connected and oriented. I love everything that has to do with the theater. I'm sure I started loving it even before taking, theater arts as a course in uni and all of that. Like, it's just a thing for me. I feel like the live enactment of the plays, it just connects us to the audiences. But you are going to be, giving us The Gods Are Not to Blame come this weekend. I know how huge that production is. So let's start from the reason you decided to, give us The Gods Are Not to Blame.
Thank you very much. The Gods, let me say good morning to your viewers and listeners. The Gods Are Not to Blame, and I have an interesting kind of relationship.
Okay.
As I've said everywhere, many years ago when my dad took me to the most relevant secondary school in Ghana, their school.
Which is?
Fansperm, you don't have to ask. Not those other...
Motown and...
No, not the forest people who
Jay will not be happy with you.
No. Motown wasn't a part of Sir John's will thing. Does it still exist? I thought it was Will.
It was Will. It was not. I don't think it was Will.
The other one is near Medina Market.
Precinct.
Those blue boys.
Hey, haters gonna hate.
Oh no, but they are not art oriented. That's why they keep jumping at science, which will not bring Ghana anywhere. But let's move forward. Let's speak about relevant institutions like this.
Okay.
Oh no, but it is.
Okay.
No, fine.
I agree with you.
Even if you look across Ghana's creative space, Van Vicker, Majid Michel,
Butcher boys.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Okay.
So,
hello to every butcher boy out there.
exactly, the fine ones.
The fine ones.
That's like everyone. That's like everyone.
George, you came and chose violence.
Oh, no, it's all right. Sometimes I wonder how women who are married to men from other institutions cope at home.
Hey, George, it's okay. We are sorry.
Okay, that's
we
all right.
apologize.
If you're not married yet and you're young, please zoom in. Marry a MOBA. Okay? Yeah. Thank me later. Marry a MOBA.
Okay. Hashtag marry a MOBA.
Allah. Now let's move forward. I see, Cyril is pissed, but I'm fine here. So, yeah. My dad took me to Fansperm School, wanted me to be a lawyer.
Okay.
I actually did want to be a lawyer too. So as a child, I was exposed to a lot of books, stuff that you had to read and all that. Internet metabrophona. So we were hoping one day I'll stand in court and shout, "My lord, objection," But Miss Agri, our literature madam, God bless her soul, she's passed now. I wasn't a literature student, at the time. They were going to stage this play, The Gods Are Not to Blame. And for some strange reason, they found the tiniest boy in the school at the time to play King Odewale.
How?
I don't know how.
Okay. No, because you know what they say about kings and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You need to be...
Interesting thing is that back in GSS, in Association International, I had played Ghana's former President Rawlings on a Chichikule show on TV.
Oh, okay.
But that was TV. It was different from the stage. That one, yeah, you go do it. So I did the stage thing. And, when the Wesley Girls chicks came to watch and they were clapping, they said, "Oh, are you the judge? Are you did well, you did well." I said, "I have it." So I got sucked into the theater. I joined the drama club and all those things, won a few awards at the Student Drama Festival, one for the Central Region, one for Ghana.
That's nice.
In Fansperm School, I was winning awards in theater, acting every year. Every now and then, I was winning something.
With it.
Yeah. So after school, I joined Dividonto's Cozy Theatre Company, and we've been into it ever since. So it was this very play, The Gods Are Not to Blame, that sort of shifted my focus from the law to the arts.
Oh, so I understand when you say that you have like a special connection.
Exactly, a special connect. So after SS, I did not read literature. After SS, because of my love for this thing and the fact that I wanted to be in the art, I actually took the literature BC, was SSC literature paper as a private student.
Oh.
I aced it easily.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll be shocked like that. So yeah, so after that, I decided, let's do NAFTI or School of Performing Arts. Dad wouldn't want to have any. He had conversations with people like Professor Martin Osu, and then Mr. Kofi Middleton Menz, God bless his soul. And then eventually we settled for the School of Performing Arts. And this is how far God has brought us. So the gods are not to blame. It's the play that did it for me, that shaped my thought and changed my focus from law to the arts. And yeah, I've been grateful. I've always looked forward. I'm not a fan of large cast plays. So,
listen,
no,
because that is a lot.
That
is really a lot. Intensive, extensive, everything. How has it been for you? Especially with rehearsals, because sometimes I feel like the play is not on the day, right? Do you agree with me? It's not on the day. Of
the play is not.
Viewing, that is the play. It's the period
the preparation.
Of exactly.
I keep telling people, staging a play is like writing an exam. Whatever happens in the exam room on that day you're writing the paper is a result of your preparation.
Yeah.
Whether you pass or fail, it's not that day. That day is not what made you pass or fail. It is the result of your preparation, and that's the same with a stage play.
Yeah.
Because there's no opportunity for a second take. You will get a second show, but you will not get a second take live on stage at that moment. It's live. So you need to know your cues, you need to know your lines, you need to know the lines of your fellow actors. I know the book I can recite it from cover to cover.
I was just going to say that a little birdie said to me that, you are able to do that cover to cover. And then what is your favorite line
in the play? There are many.
I just want one.
There are many. Now, let me see. I love where Odewale swears. And I love where the revelation is made that a former king had been killed. That one starts with a quote, and I love that quote because all lizards lie prostrate. How then can a man tell which lizard suffers from bellyache? In time, the pain will make one of them lie flat on its back. Then shall that which has been unknown be made known. Minds are not clean, my people. Minds are not. Evildoers are many in this our very land. Evildoers backed by heavy money, heavy influence. Oh, the manner of your former king's death is all too clear to me now. Bribery. Yes, men with money bribed dirty villains to slay King Adetusa.
Come on.
Then, with their influence, they buried his body and his memory, and now we suffer for it.
You see,
and then he goes for the sword and comes back to swear.
I was smiling the whole time because it's not easy to cram lines in your head, right? And the fact that you still know it, that speaks to me of someone who is really passionate about his craft and knows what he's about. Yeah. So, you are in the play.
No, I'm not.
You're not in the play?
I'm just the director. No, I'm not.
Oh, no, so at the whole time I was thinking that you're going to be in it as well.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I cannot be in it because of what I want to do with it.
Oh,
what I want to do with it.
What do you want to do with it then?
That's what you need to come and see. Okay. As a director, the kind of interpretation that I'm giving to it, you might have read the book, but you're not coming to watch the book. That's for sure. Right. My interpretation is totally different. And I kind of believe that if my interpretation is to be rewritten, it would be better than the book,
Sheesh.
No joke. We've done some good work with it. And we love it. For instance, in the original book, there's only a prologue. The narrator comes in just at the beginning. And in this one, the narrator is all through the story.
I think that eases it up a bit because then people will also be able to understand. For those who don't know, the book and the play.
Sort of. We want to believe it would ease it up. We also thought about the Ghanaian audience. Sometimes people come into theatre shows a bit late. So we brought in points which could connect what has happened plus what is coming. So it helps you understand. It helps lessen the burden of catching up for you.
It helps lessen the confusion.
The confusion, exactly. Yeah. So we brought that in, plus other aesthetics and some crazy elements. We are combining a little bit of modern technology. It's set in a village, and the play was written, I think, in 1968, thereabouts. And so we're given a little twist of modernity with some tech stuff that we have tried to put together. Which
is only what theatre is about. I mean, you can't. I think theatre gives you the freedom to reimagine. Whatever you want to reimagine. So, but Image Bureau, your company is doing this in collaboration with April Communications and Nash National Theatre, right? How did that collaboration come about? Because I understand that sometimes you just want to be at the forefront and say, I did it, right? But this just dispels that I mentality. So just take me through that.
When I left Charterhouse, 2019 December, I thought I would do events because over the last 14 or so years, that's what I've mastered while working with Charterhouse. Shouts to the entire team there and for all the knowledge they imparted into me. Truly grateful. I was minding my business when Nashoko, April Communications CEO, approached me and said, George, let's do theatre. I said, Charlie, it's too complicated. I said, no, you let's do one. And then she went to a play that she knows I love very, 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 very much. The play that gave me my first class from Legon, Run for Your Wife.
Okay.
So she said, let's start from Run for Your Wife. We staged it in 2011. So she managed to convince me. I remember the 2011 version, Jay Foley was the one that did the voiceover for the promo. She said, okay, let's do it. I said, okay, let's try it again. So we did it. It was nice. I mean, people...
That was this year, wasn't it?
No, that was 2 years ago, actually. Oh, the last time we staged Run for Your Wife was February last year.
No, so I remember
actually February. Was it February this year or last year?
This year. I think I remember like Run for Your Wife.
Run for Your Wife was February this year. That was in Tema.
Exactly.
Yeah, around the Valentine period. It was in Tema.
That.
ICGC Zoe Temple.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we did it again. And then the last time we staged it at the National Theatre was in December, 11th December last year. So we did it. People loved it. Attendance was good. The reviews were great. Then we proceeded with a play that I have also always wanted to stage. J.B. Priestley's An Inspector Calls. Yeah. So I did an adaptation of that as well.
And I like the spin that you put to that. Yeah. If you're not paying attention, you will not understand.
You don't get it. That was also done in honor of our late brother, Cole Blankson, who would have played the lead role, the detective, if we had started talking about it before his demise. So we did that as well. And then after that, I recall very well in the auditorium, Mr. Yola, you are the CEO of Charterhouse, was there. He said, George, you guys have done great. You've done a lot of you've done 2 British adaptations. We've seen your prowess in that. Why don't you do something African?
Right.
And coincidentally, we had been discussing it. We're thinking of which African play. And I love challenges. I said, look, if we're going to start, let us start with a play that I think would be one of the most difficult to stage. The Gods Are Not to Blame. And then, we started talking. This was around April, thereabouts. We started working on things, looking at cast, looking at crew, looking at people. Usually I don't audition for my lead casts. I don't like to audition. I like to typecast.
Is there a reason?
It makes the directing easier.
Okay.
When you write a script with people in mind, you write it because there are certain features those people have, certain characteristics, certain ways. You've probably worked with them before, and you know what they would do.
It makes your life ease into the role.
Exactly. Yeah. And for our lead role, we are very satisfied with the one who picked it up eventually. He actually did give us a call first, and he also has an interesting connect with the play.
Okay.
Early on, as a young actor who wanted to desperately break into the space,
would you want to tell us who that is?
Yes, Andrew Tandoadote.
Okay.
Yes, Andrew.
He's a fine actor.
He is one of the best.
Fine theatre
one of the best.
performer.
One of the best. And if you think you've seen the best from Andrew yet, I'm telling you, you haven't. Come see The Gods Are Not to Blame.
I think I saw like a video that Nashoko posted yesterday where you guys were rehearsing, and then it just piqued my interest even more.
Idea.
But the fact that you've mentioned African plays, right? Are we going to be getting more African plays from Image Bureau?
Interestingly, next year, except for a few special calls. I mean, there are some companies and groups and individuals who have called for... some have called for Run for Your Wife again.
Okay.
Ghanaians like to laugh.
Yeah.
And some have also called for a detective calls because they feel it has a strong religious message. About 3 churches have called for a detective calls. Yeah. And I agree with them. The message and theme for a detective calls is heavy. It's simply straight.
Strong,
do unto others what you want done unto you. Love your neighbor as yourself. That's it. If we can do that, the world is going to be a better place.
Yeah.
Aside those, next year, we're looking at honoring and celebrating 4 great Ghanaian writers.
Oh, that's nice.
4 great Ghanaian writers. We are looking at doing something for Ifwa Sutherland. If she were alive, next year she would have been 100. So as part of her centenary celebrations, we're going to work with her family to do something in her honor. Probably one of her best works. I want to do The Marriage of Anansua. The other team members have been talking Edufa, but we're looking at which would be most convenient.
Yeah.
Then we're looking at doing something in honor of Efokujumobia as well, around International Women's Day, in the chest of a woman. And then we're also looking at honoring one man whose influence on the arts in Ghana has not been celebrated enough or has not been dropped enough. Professor Martin Owusu at the School of Performing Arts.
From the School of Performing Arts.
We're looking at
I love that man. You know, I like how I feel like Prof is really down to earth because he's really able to connect with the students, regardless, you know, of generations and stuff like that, and with his sense of humor.
Prof is a national asset. And look, anybody who's been through the School of Performing Arts will tell you he's one of the best lecturers you can have.
He is.
You know,
he takes his time.
Yes, look,
and with his brother as well.
Yes,
his
I know his brother as well. I know his brother. And the thing is that I recall when Prof in drama class, Prof was talking about Helen of Troy, and I was telling us the story of the Trojan horse and all that. And then I finished, and years later, I was watching the movie Troy with Brad Pitt, and I kind of felt like I was sitting in a Professor Martin Owusu class, and the way he narrated it from Agamemnon to, you know, everybody, it was just back to back to back to Achilles, and everybody was just, look, that man has to be celebrated. He's
done this for time, so I'm sure, he knows
and he's still teaching, he's still there in his 90s, yes, so I think he deserves to be celebrated.
It,
And then one of the industry's greatest legends as well, Dr. Mohammed Ben Abdallah. We're looking at doing one of his works as well in his honor. That's going to be in partnership with the National Theatre. So all these will probably be in partnership with April Communications and the National Theatre. We'll try to keep it going.
So that means there's more. There's more coming from Image Bureau, April Communications, and the National Theatre.
And there is a Wole Soyinka work in the pipeline as well.
Yeah,
I saw the title. Death and the Kinsos Man.
But how easy or difficult, you know, is it for you to pull off these plays? Do you have to sign off with the writers? For the writers that are not alive, do you have to reach out to their families? How does it work?
When the work has fallen into fair use, fair use literally means that you can use it. And fair use happens for works in the creative space when they've been done and they've been around for a couple of years, maybe like 50 years plus, sometimes 70 years and over, depending on the sector of the arts that it's in. So for most of the theatre products that we're picking, yes, most of them have fallen into fair use. However, you know, sometimes it's only appropriate to show some respect, to reach out and then just let them know we are doing this. Not that they can take it up legally, it is just the right thing to do. That is why, for instance, for Ifwa Sutherland's works, you can't just get up and do them. When Fifi Coleman...
Especially because she's Ghanaian.
Exactly. When Fifi Coleman did Amata Edu's The Dilemma of a Ghost, it was done with consent from the daughter and the family, and they were all there to support it and be a part of it. And that is how we are going to manage these ones as well. We are going to do it in collabo with the owners or the families of the owners so that we can have, you know, there will be peace, it will be nice. And yes, of course, we are not going to keep revenue alone. Some part of the revenue will go to them as well.
Talking about revenue, theatre is capital intensive. It's a lot, especially if you want to attain a certain level of quality with the production and also believability. I mean, we understand that it's acting, you know, some things can be reenacted on stage, but as much as possible, you need to make it believable. Some of these things only happen, you know, with finances. How have you managed to pull this off? Especially because also we say that the creative sector is quote unquote suffering when it comes to, you know, brands and even some individuals pumping money into the sector.
It's not been easy. The budget for this particular production, had it not been for the partnership with the National Theatre, would cross 600K.
Ooh.
Yeah, it would easily cross 600K.
Wow.
Yes, the partnership with the National Theatre brings us somewhere within the region of 450, thereabouts. 450, 500, thereabouts. So, yes, you're right, it is expensive. And it's a large cast, like I said. You're looking at costume, you're looking at makeup. And you know, the Gods Are Not to Blame requires some very special makeup. And there are only 2 people we found in Ghana who could do it the way I want it done.
I know there's a Quaye.
Quaye is our lead, you know,
he
for
nails
that special
all the
makeup.
time.
Yeah, and you know Quaye doesn't come cheap. So yes, that is it. And he's got to do it repeated for 4 shows. So, you know, each at its cost. Yeah, so shout out to Quaye. Great job there. And then, of course, there is all the drama, all the dancing. Everybody needs costume. There are acrobats in there. Then there's a technical crew, light, sound. The play is going to have some screens as well. You may not see them because they are there for a certain special kind of effect, which we don't want you to know being achieved with LED screens. So, so though the screens will be there.
So that's what you say that the technical bit is going to be merging
up. Exactly. So a lot of things have gone into this particular production, publicity, and we rehearse every day except for Fridays. You've got to refresh people, you've got to feed people, sometimes you've got to give TNT and all those things. So imagine, we've been doing that for the last 4 or so months, 3 to 4 months.
You've been rehearsing for?
Yeah, we started rehearsing September.
Oh.
Yeah, we started rehearsing in September.
Yeah. Dedication.
Yeah.
I like it.
We've been rehearsing since September. And this is how far we've come by God's abundant grace. So yes, it is expensive, and that is why we are always grateful when people come to support us. What you're doing here, if we were to pay for this interview, an executive interview, morning on one of the most listened to entertainment platforms in GH and beyond, shouts to the entire team here at 3 Music. You guys are doing great. I mean, I must commend you. And then, of course, your listeners on Plus as well. We are very, very grateful, because there's no way we could put cash to this.
Yeah.
We
can only do what we can to support.
Exactly.
So the support the industry needs, the support.
Exactly.
So, I mean, when we can, however we can, we will definitely do that.
Exactly. And that's why others, companies like Aboni Condoms, TFHO, Stanbic Bank, IPMC, Neplans Car Rentals, and all the other people, McPhillips Foods, they've been giving us some, plantain chips and stuff. Awake has been refreshing us with some water and all that. So if you put value to all that, we'll be hitting the millions. But some of these product support and, cash support here and there helps mitigate some of our costs. Other media houses have also supported, and we're grateful.
That's great. We've already mentioned that, it's going to happen at the National Theatre. If you didn't get that, it's happening at the National Theatre. It's happening this weekend.
This weekend, day after tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those who want to purchase tickets,
great.
Where can they
We've
get
got
that?
physical tickets. You can get them from Airport Shell, from Quaye, from Pinkberry, from Starbite, from Nalem stores at all the malls. You can also visit, go digital, visit our digital handles, www.imagebureaugh.com. That's our website. Or you can also use our USSD code. Dial *7. I hear I say this too fast, so let me take my time. *711 *11 *25 hash.
Okay, *711 *11 *25 hash.
And then you can get your ticket. You got it. You're smart, of course. Definitely you'll be smart.
You're flattering me, George.
So that's it. And then you can also get tickets at the door, I believe.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we are not sold out yet. We are hoping to sell out fully. So we want to plead with everybody. Come see something different. Come with a scorecard. Score us. Let us know how we fared. And I've said on other interviews, if you're not blown away, demand a refund. That's
great. No, you see, it takes some guts to say that, if you come and then you don't like what you see,
if you're not
we are
blown
going to refund.
If you're not
money.
blown away, demand a refund.
That means that you can't even have the chance to ask for a refund because it's going to be top notch. Just know that, okay? Yeah. Now, we have 2 shows.
We've got 2 shows each day, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Same on Sunday.
Right.
2 shows. So just be there early, and we start on time. We always start on time. Anybody who's come to see any of our previous plays will tell you. We start on time, 4 is 4. So please, and the nature, what we've done with this play, you really don't want to miss even the prologue.
Right.
And the original play has just a prologue.
Tone,
yeah, the prologue sets the tone.
Yeah.
And guess what? Though the original play has only a prologue, we have included an epilogue. So you should come see that.
Okay, nice. I like what you've done. I like what you've done. What even also fascinates me is that you've been in rehearsals for 3 to 4 months. Yeah. That means that everybody is well prepared to bring their A game come Saturday and Sunday. I will be there. I don't know why I will miss it. I've seen Gota Not to Blame, but I saw it on a student's level, like a student theatre production level at the School of Performing Arts.
You mean you saw it at like a Preseko and Ashimota level? Come see it at Fansfilm level.
At the Fansfilm level, yeah. So I'd love to see, see the matured, version of it where everything has been well taken care of and focused on. So that's good. And congratulations for pulling this one off. I know that it's going to be good. So let me just congratulate you.
Thank you. And let's give the congratulations to the team. I mean, the team have worked and, they will tell you that I pushed them too hard.
Which is okay.
It's all for a good cause. And we are praying that God does not postpone this weekend because we have a problem. The problem
How do you mean?
The problem is with the director.
Okay.
Every morning the director wakes up, she has a new idea. So if we do not stage the play this weekend,
more ideas will come. They'll tell you
every day we go for rehearsal, every time I have to.
But
change
that's what happens with the creative mind.
It's crazy. So I'm just let's just do it and go.
Get it over and done with.
Every time.
Let's get it over and done with. But anyway, thanks, George, and all the best come this weekend. To you and the team. We'll be there to applaud, to support, and to keep pushing you on.
Let me say special thanks to somebody from Through Music. Sure. Somebody here invested in a number of tickets for some patrons via his X handle. And we're now I know his ex handle. He says I shouldn't mention his name,
which is okay.
Yes, that's also okay. But you see, he's done
for how many people?
For 10 people.
For 10 people. Okay.
And he's looking at doing more.
Oh, whoever you are.
We're very grateful.
Good job. Good job. Yeah. This is what we talk about.
What cereal did you have this morning?
What cereal
did you have this morning?
I have not eaten yet, but what cereal do you want to get me?
No, it's all right.
Well, whatever it is, we're going to be eating off air. But I had a conversation with George Quaye talking about The Gods Are Not to Blame. The play is going to be staged Saturday, Sunday, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Listen, you don't want to miss this. I'm not saying it because I'm a theater lover, right? Just come watch, come enjoy good life theater. This has been Unpacking. Before we lurch into Serial's Sports Direct segment, we are going to be watching the promo for The Gods Are Not to Blame. Enjoy. We are on till 10 a.m. So far, we'll be on after Serial with Trending Live. My name is Lenny Lamote, your international TV and radio presenter living in Ghana at the moment. Bye-bye.
Before Ogun, the god of iron, I stand on oath.
It's the biggest play in the history of African theater.
Is it not ignorance that makes the rats attack the cats?
This December,
there are kings and there are kings.
Image Bureau, in partnership with April Communications and the National Theatre, presents
Odewale, King, son of Ogundele.
Olarontimi's theatrical masterpiece, The Gods Are Not to Blame, goes live Saturday 2nd and Sunday 3rd December at the National Theatre. On stage, David Donto, Mauli Semevo, Fred Amugi, Andrew Tando Adote, Na Ashoko, and a lot more. Tickets are selling now for only 150 cedis at Nalem stores, Airport Shell, Starbite, Pinkberry, and Frankie's Osu. Go digital at www.imagebureaugh.com or dial star 711 star 11 star 25 hash. Supported by Niplant Car Rentals, Ghana Tourism Authority, IPMC, 3 Music TV. Hardly brought to you by Ebony Condoms and Stanbic Bank.
Because all lizards' life prostrates. How can one tell which lizard suffers from bellyache?